A single accident can hide a deep weakness. A man steps into the street, a car hits him, one life ends. A single violent plan loses its obsessive guide. History, seen as grand forces, can turn on small, ignoble faults. This isn't about grand battles or sweeping ideologies. It's about a single, failed moment and what it could unbuild. Remove one piece before the game begins and the field warps. What if Adolf Hitler died in a mundane traffic accident before power? It's easy to say the Holocaust wouldn't happen, but that answer is incomplete. Ahead, the baseline, first and second order shocks, institutional reactions, international ripples, and one life-altering payoff. We'll trace the unseen dominoes, because in our world, the first one never fell. After the First World War, Germany was brought to its knees. Versailles imposed crushing reparations and the war guilt clause. Hyperinflation erased savings, hollowed the middle class. Destitution spread, a grinding pressure on the nation's spirit. Men trained for war returned to no work, no purpose, no dignity. Politics fractured. Violence became common. Proportional coalitions cycled, too weak for decisive action. A tinderbox of resentment and easy scapegoats formed. Amid many voices, one method stood apart. A terrifying talent for tapping raw feeling. He turned a tiny party into a national vehicle. Ideology fused with a single leader. Change one detail, the man is gone, and the vector of rage is up for grabs. The first-order effects are immediate. A leadership crisis, momentum lost. The chief orator, strategist, and focal point is gone. Ambitious figures remain, but not the same magnetism. Meetings, its lifeblood, lose their draw and their donors. Membership and money slide. Followers weren't loyal to points on paper, but to personality. The personal bond breaks. Without the leader principle embodied, the message fractures. Factions vie, street violence versus socialist-leaning tactics. Infighting consumes energy. Public rallies sputter. Relevance declines before critical mass is reached. Next, ripples spread beyond the party. Where he unified rivals, factions now splinter. One wing becomes thuggish street power, the other policy-oriented. The right reverts to clubs and sects, not a movement. Diffusion slows the climb to critical mass. Fractured cells are simpler to infiltrate and suppress. Public blunders and infighting alienate order-seeking voters. Burnout begins inside the movement itself. Other right-wing ideas gain share. Genocidal anti-Semitism may persist, but not as the dominant organizing engine. Institutions are not passive. Army, judiciary, police, business react. Historically, elites underestimated and tried to use him. Without a unifying leader, there's no single strongman to cut a deal with. Elites could back a field marshal, or empower even-handed enforcement. Small policy moves hit scattered groups harder than unified ones. Business funding pivots away from chaos to traditional, illiberal, but non-totalitarian forces. Starved of cash, uniforms, papers, and stages, vanish. If the hidden dominoes fascinate you, tap like, drop a thought in the comments, and subscribe to explore the next What If with us. The Great Depression still detonates across Germany. With Nazis weak, political energy flows elsewhere. A more unified Communist Party might surge. That provokes a conservative and military response. Without a belligerent Nazi regime, foreign calculations change. Appeasement might not define policy, or define it differently. Some treaties born of that threat may never be inked. Different tensions rise. Italy's ambitions, Soviet-West friction. A major war could still come, on a different schedule and front. Even civil conflict, Spain's pattern, becomes a plausible German path. Unresolved wounds and new ideologies collide, without the same catastrophic center of gravity. Removing Hitler does not heal war trauma, economic collapse, or deep anti-Semitism. Demand for an authoritarian savior remains strong. One plausible path: a military-backed conservative regime. It would suppress the left, rearm, and rule authoritarian, without identical genocidal fervor. Another path: a different civilian demagogue seizes the remnants. Different obsessions yield different targets and timelines. History is structure plus individual agency. Structure's primed a savior. One man's obsessions made the catastrophe we know. Terrible but not preordained. Without a regime built on racial annihilation, the Holocaust is likely averted. Brutality may persist, yet extermination's industrial fervor is less likely. Millions live. Central and Eastern European Jewish culture persists. The State of Israel's founding might be delayed or forged under different conditions. Western consensus on human rights and global institutions forms on a different moral foundation. No Nazi bomb race. Nuclear weapons may arrive years or decades later. A nuclear-free early Cold War runs by different rules, with lower odds of instant annihilation. Comforting. Catastrophe isn't inevitable. Terrifying. History can pivot on ordinary fragility. Which unseen thread should we pull next? Like, comment your scenario, and subscribe to keep exploring alternate realities. What unseen dominoes are wobbling in our time, waiting for a push? What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching IfVerse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.